going to add color to our gadget prints today. I want you to look for all of the shapes that the bigger shapes have made. For example, right here, this is a new shape that these large shapes have made by overlapping. These two little ones are also shapes that were made. Using color sticks today, I want you to fill in those shapes. So this one, I'm going to outline first. And if you go over your line a little bit onto the black paint, it's okay, it kind of looks neat. So this is my new space right here. Okay, so my camera cut out while I was coloring, but you can see I filled in that space and then I picked some of the other small shapes that were made to create several new shapes. And you're going to continue to do this around your picture. Any little space that you see, you need to pick a color for it. In this case where there's a big black spot, you might color around the spot. And as long as you don't leave too many spaces blank, you can use white as a color. So say I wanted to leave this space white, you can do that. But don't leave half your paper blank and then tell me, oh, Miss Swan, I'm done, I want all of that to be white. That's different. I want you to consider what your picture looks like and not just, I don't feel like doing this anymore, so I'm going to leave everything else white. That's not the same thing. This one, I've gotten a little further along in. You need to do the background as well. You can see here, this is actually part of the background. I, on this one, did not fill up my space as nicely as I did here. There's not as much empty space in between shapes. But there are still spaces that go on for a long time. So what I did was I changed the color as I went in one way, in one direction or the other. So this is like a darker yellow and I turned that into lighter yellow. I am using the color wheel to slowly change the colors. So right here I think I'm going to do some light green and I'm kind of blending it into the yellow a little bit so it looks gradual and not quick. And then I'll just decide how long I want it to be green before I change the color. This is why I told you when we were gadget printing to try and fill up as much space as possible, because I'm going to be doing a lot of just empty space coloring, which takes a little longer and it's a little less interesting when you're just coloring big open spaces. And you can see here I decided to leave this little space white. I haven't picked a color for this one yet, but I'm not going to leave both of these white because they're a little too close together. So I'll pick another color I haven't used right here. I want this to be super colorful. Alright, so take your time. This isn't going to take one day. It'll probably take us 2 days, maybe 2 days. And if your hand starts cramping up, shake it around, and maybe instead of trying to color just with your wrist like this, color with your whole arm. You might could stand up and color standing up. That helps a lot of times, rather than just using your wrist, because that kind of wears your hand out faster. Okay. Please remember, these break when they fall on the hard floor. So when you're not using one stick, it needs to go right back in the box and pick a new color and use it. Don't leave a whole bunch on the table next to you, because if they get knocked off by accident and they fall on the floor, they usually break. Make sure the box isn't by the edge of the table. Make sure that's in the middle of the table as well. Take your time.